Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel Imagineer. Today we have a new concept called the Yeti, and we're gonna make it from start to finish. It's gonna be a speed sculpt video. This is probably the first time you're hearing my voice, so hi to everyone. Let's get started now. We have a sphere here, a basic sphere. So we're gonna start out with blocking the character. Oh, before that, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button in this channel. So first we're gonna go and check the reference out. It's in my creature section, and here it is. This is the Neverwinter Yeti, a concept by an artist. I love this concept so much. It's so gory. So now we're gonna take the reference into a software called PureRef, and now let's begin. So we are sculpting the torso first. As you can see, we are blocking out the basic shapes and also the part of the pelvis. We just took the hands, and we are basically trying to block out the shape of the creature, which is in a very rough way. So as we can get the planes out and the posture out, we can actually go ahead with adding more volume, density and more details later. So yeah, enjoy this sculpting and make sure to hit the like button and do subscribe to my channel Imagineer. I also go live on stream in Facebook at around 4 p.m. IST every Sunday, so make sure to check that. And so as you can see, now we are adding volumes and correcting the posture of the character. Well, my posture, the character which I'm making, is gonna be a little different from the picture. Here's what I do. I don't tend to copy everything from the picture. I make it in my own and different way. So the posture is going to be a little different, and the character, the creature, is going to look a little tad different from the concept, but it will inherit all the aspects of the concept. So now you can see we are basically making the torso, the chest, the muscle near the abs and the side muscles, everything we are blocking out roughly, and we're basically adding volumes, and that is the first important thing. First you need to add volumes. You have to do more to tone it down to get it less and refined. So that is the principle which I follow. Now you can see that we have the head, basically a sphere. We are adding it, and before that we are fixing the neck and adding the head, and we're gonna basically block out the head right now, blocking out the mouth, the head, the eyes, everything accordingly. These things take time. If you want to learn Zbrush, it is a very interactive and intuitive software, but it takes time to achieve these kind of results. But once you get them, once you're completely satisfied, you just never stop. Now we are adding the mane, which is like the hair on his face, like which is covering his face. So we're adding the mane. We're basically blocking out the shape, just like we blocked out the head, and we're just taking out hair strands so that later on we can model them, sculpt them to make them look like realistic hairs, and the beard also. The ways and the process with other artists and my work can differ because I have my approach. Other artists have other approach, which I totally respect. But I have a different set of approaches, and this is how I go with beard. A lot of artists can actually go with realistic hair, but for a video like this, that can take up a lot of information and space. So I'm going with polygon, simple poly sculpting. And if you want to see more creatures and characters or any topics you want to see in future, let me know. I would do this and other creatures and characters as per voting and as per your demands. Now you can see we're blocking out the horns. So basically The horn is a little roundy shape, so we're basically making a curve so that the horn looks a little curvy and pointy at the edge. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add volume on the side, on the all sides of the eyes, so that it has the proper texture and the proper wrinkles which are required for it to pop out. And now we're adding details to the mouth so that when we add the teeth and the jawline, so basically it looks more grim and gory, just like the concept. I've seen one thing about these creatures, a lot of them are based on anatomy. Now anatomy is pretty important. It is a very important aspect of sculpting if you're going for creature or any kind of blocking as per se, but anatomy is pretty important. That is why, because if you don't have the proper sense of anatomy, there can be trouble, like there might be deformity. Now this, what I'm doing is basic blocking. I'm still figuring out the anatomy based on one reference I've got. I really don't have other perspectives, so I'm gonna stick with that. So now basically, as you can see, my character looks a little bit buffed up. Well, buffed up per se is not the right word. I have actually changed some of the volumes and density according to the references, because I felt when I was doing the character previously, it was looking a little bit jammed down, more stylized. I'm trying to keep the stylized approach with a realistic angle. So yeah, basically now we are working on the pelvis. So the pelvis is basically guarded by a piece of cloth. I don't know what to label it, but yeah, it's a piece of cloth. And now we're gonna add some volumes on the piece of cloth, which we call. So we're adding a little bit of texture here, a cloth texture, so that it has some fold and some windles along the way. So what we're gonna do now is basically model out the leg. So once I'm done with the cloth, now I'm gonna take a curve brush and just take a long cylinder out, and we're gonna basically pose the leg in the place so that it looks a little bit closer to what the reference is looking like right now. The legs are a bit buffed up because this character is a creature. It won't possess the normal anatomy of a human, yet it also accompanies some of the human traits. And Yeti is a very mystical creature said to be existing in the fantasy. So we're basically posing out the leg and adding volumes and basically blocking out the shape so that we get the posture correct. So what shape I'm making and what pose I'm making, it's basically lunging, basically pouncing on someone. So that is the kind of pose I'm trying to achieve here. And we're gonna add the polish brush later on to actually get the blockings out for polishing the model and actually adding details to it. So now we're adding the hand. As you can see, we've taken another sphere. Whatever we're doing with spheres, basic meshes. So we have taken the sphere, we're blocking out the places where the fingers will come out. Now we're adding the fingers. The fingers, as you can see, is a tad bit different. Again, it is a fantasy creature. So we're basically adding the 5 fingers, and now we're gonna basically shape them because they are quite apart from each other, because it, with one hand he's holding the ground and with another hand he's trying to grab something. So with this hand he's trying to hold the ground. So we are modeling the finger and basically sculpting it and polishing it to make it look a little more finger. So, and later on we're gonna add the nails, the finger, because that is also an important aspect of this creature. So now we're done almost with the fingers. As you can see, we have all the fingers aligned accordingly. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make the palm, which is actually gripping all the fingers in one place. So we're going to model out the palm and make it in such a way that all the fingers are placed in it in a proper harmony. So basically we are done with the hand, and now we're going to add the nails. The nails are very pointy and one scratch can cause a lethal blow. Again, this is a fantasy creature, so need not worry. This won't pop out of your screen and kill you. So the nails are a little bit pointy towards the edge and a little bit flat in the middle. So we're gonna model that and we're gonna add it to the fingers. And we have to align them in such a way that it is basically with one hand it is grabbing something and in the other hand it is trying to grasp or actually claw someone. So now we are basically making the nails for the feet, which is again the same as the hand, but here is basically trying to grip the ground, because you can see with one leg he's trying to grip the ground and another leg is floating in mid-air, because with one leg he's trying to get support and jump and claw someone with one hand on the ground and the other hand swinging to actually make the first slash. Okay, so once we're done with the nail, we're gonna go at the details. As you can see, we have added the details, and we've gone ahead of time because I really didn't want to make this video a very long video. So what we did is basically on layers we added fur. So we made brushes of kind of protruding furs and we added it, and basically then poly painted it so that it looks that all of the things, the fur and the skin, everything is blending properly. Then we made the horns, which we actually detailed. We made the horns long way back, we detailed it, we added teeth, we added the eye, and yeah, we're basically done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you loved this speed sculpt. Make sure to like, subscribe and share this video to as many people as you can. Cheers.